What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about NFL tight end Juwan Johnson, plays for New Orleans Saints. His wife made a TikTok video explaining why she's able to spend his money and her money, right? Because she does TikTok. Apparently, she must make good doing it, right? And I'll get to that a little bit later. But she's the same female. For those of you who don't know, I spoke about her and Juwan before. I spoke about them before in this video right here. This was back in December of 2020, right? Y'all remember that time, right? Seems like a while ago, right? 2020. I made this video, I believe, in December, and it was about how she was, admitted to being a submissive wife that does everything for Juwan in the marriage, right? And she got some, people didn't like that, and I made a video about it, speaking about it, right? And honestly, when you look at this newer video that has people talking, she's explaining why she's able to have access to her money and his money, because his money is her money, her money is her money. It ain't his money. Now, Juwan Johnson himself, he does not have a large net worth. I believe his net worth is, of $3 million, because he recently signed back with New Orleans Saints. I think the contract is around that. So that's what his perceived net worth is. And he's basically, on 1-year deals. He hasn't really signed the big extension yet. He could if he has a really good season, right? And I want people to understand something about these NFL wives and girlfriends. They all believe that they are entitled to their spouse's resources and money, but when it comes to theirs, they're not, right? I told y'all how about, you have these women who make more in the marriages. When they get divorced, they immediately want those prenups to be enforced. They want those prenups to be enforced, but when it comes to men, women want to get those prenups thrown out, right? Look at Dr. Dre and his ex-wife. Men don't, they don't want men to honor, they don't want women to have to honor the prenup agreements they agreed to, but they expect men to as well. And I say that to say what I'm saying now is that she's married to him. So he's taking care of her. And I think that's where she was coming from. I honestly think that she was just putting this video out here just to get hits. And it hit a couple days ago, because I've had this topic on my desk for a couple of days now, and I'm just not getting to it. But it's really of her explaining that because of what she does, she believes she's entitled to what he makes. Now, she's a former athlete that never was able to go anywhere past college, right? So now all she has is TikTok. All she has is social media and him. And a lot of these ex-athlete wives, what happens is they end up utilizing their husband's fame in order to get TikTok numbers, get followers on Instagram. How many times have we seen this? I'm not saying she should go in the background and, not acknowledge him. But when you're using your marriage to an NFL athlete as content, it's going to get people talking, but he seems to be cool with it, right? They have a very, there's some weird things I've noticed, and I really don't want to get into it. I don't know. It's whatever to get hits. For her, right? It's all about her, happy wife, happy life, right? So let's get into this. Let's get into this article here from the Sporting Grill. It says Shannon Johnson, wife of Juwan Johnson, claims all his money belongs to her in TikTok video goes viral. Shannon Johnson, the wife of Saints tight end Juwan Johnson, is trending after admitting in a TikTok video that she also owns his money. Since there are a couple and are one, their money belongs to them both. Yeah, but I guarantee you though, If she was the one who was making the majority of the money for the household, that would not be, she would not be saying that. You know why? Because if you got divorced, then he could say, well, she makes more money than me. You know, I noticed the people that said that Tom Brady's wife used to make more money than him are quiet. You know what I'm saying? It says Shannon Johnson, wife was let's see, the better half of the New Orleans Saints tight end Shannon Johnson is trending on social media thanks to a TikTok video she shared. She was asked why, whenever she mentioned the paychecks her husband receives from the NFL, she always used the pronoun we. Now, for all the married couples out here, because I know there's some married people that's going to be watching, is both of y'all money your money? So, you know, she could spend your money and you could spend her money. Let me know in the comment section. Is that how your marriage goes, right? That your wife is like, I'm spending both our money. You know, let's see what she has to say. Let's go to this video here.
I cannot say that I agree with this one. When we get paid, I will spend as much money as I want because it's our money and he decided to marry me. And I do everything that he wants, like I'll cook and clean and stuff like that. And when he makes money, I'm gonna spend it.
That goes back to the video that I made about her being the submissive wife, right? Taking care of him, doing things for him. And that was because she knows that, you know, she's going to be able to spend his money. Now, I'm pretty sure she might be getting some money herself from what she does on TikTok, I believe, or whatever. But I'm sure he makes more. And she's definitely spending his money, right? I don't think she's really spending her money. I believe she's spending more of his money. But let's go in.
And that's just what marriage is. Like, you don't have to.
Because let me say this about women. Women are very calculating, man. Do you really think if a woman has an opportunity to spend her husband's money and not hers, then she's not going to do it? She's definitely going to do it. She's actually going to save her money. She's going to save her money, spend it on miscellaneous things here and there. But for the most part, she's going to be spending her husband's money because as soon as they break up, she already has money put aside. And while she's still going after his money.
Married. As soon as we became one, whatever is his is also mine. So I pretty much live my life as I please. And that's just the way it is. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
I want y'all to understand a lot of these athletes' wives, they all feel the same way. They all feel the same way, right? Honestly, these NFL players or NBA players, they should encourage their spouses to make money outside of the relationship. Like if you don't want her to go and work a job in some office somewhere, she could, you know, utilize social media like everybody else has. She could start a YouTube channel or TikTok or whatever. I prefer them get a YouTube channel and just vlog instead of getting on TikTok and make ridiculous videos that could go viral and get people making fun of me, right? So I would encourage the entrepreneurship. But to say that you spending that man's money and that's your money, you know, I just hope they work out long term.
I cannot say that I agree with this one. When we get paid, I will spend as much money as I want because it's our money and he decided to marry me. And I do everything that he wants, like I'll cook and clean and stuff like that. And when he makes money, I'm gonna spend it. And that's just what marriage is. Like, you don't have to get married. As soon as we became...
She said that's what marriage is. Marriage is about was his is yours and what's yours is yours. That's basically what these marriages are. And maybe that works for everybody, right? Maybe that works for most people. But what happens when it falls apart and it gets ugly?
One, whatever is his is also mine. So I pretty much live my life as I please. And that's just the way it is. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, now let's go and look at some of the comments. You know, this person says this is a non-story. They have a TikTok together there where she's basically saying she wanted to marry rich and become a housewife. And dude was like, he wanted a woman he could take care of and stay at home. They have an understanding that works for both of them. Nobody's business to judge. Well, she put it out here. People act like we went digging up for something. No, she put this out here, and she's probably put out other videos. And I could go deeper, because I saw something on, I believe, her Instagram that really bothered me about this marriage and really showcases what this marriage is. I don't think he's the I really don't think he's the leader of that household. But I ain't got nothing against him, but just something I saw just was like, what is this, brother? It says, now, brother, that dude is lost. That's what happens when you marry outside your race. She's just with him because of the money, but it ain't about love. Shaking my head. And he just with her so he can have a bee to cook and clean and give him something in the bedroom. Who said anything about love? Quit projecting your desires onto other people, especially those outside the race. All right. She absolutely right, but this is exactly why N-words nowadays not trying to get married. So it says, men don't want to share all their money. When that SoundCloud fails, are you gonna make an OF because no one wants you? It says, no, I retired at age 25. I get paid every month for the rest of my life, whether I work or not, and my credit is 800 right now on business. Okay. It says, yikes, I feel for Juwan Johnson. Someone should have warned him to run for his life when he met her. And that's a female, by the way. That's exactly the type of woman I don't want. This dude was undrafted. He not a millionaire. So if she's spending like she insists she is, then technically they are broke or on their way to being broke. She might want to slow down. Yeah, he's an undrafted free agent. He signed a base contract, with the New Orleans Saints. Let's see. Trust and believe when he is washed up and broke, she will find another sucker. Buyer beware. Most definitely, it's not till death do you part with her. It's till you are broke. That's her mindset. Why y'all want him to end up broke? So sad though. You N-words are weird. He's earning high six figures and has a wife proudly posting videos that she buys whatever she wants. We've seen guys managing their own millions go broke with much less arrogance about it. It's not a want, it's an inevitability. But let me say this though, there's an NBA player, right? He was a D-League NBA player. He was a young guy. I think it's Sharif Cooper. He was on the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I believe he might have went to the G League. I'm talking about the D-League. The G League. I think he went to the G League. Might have been, back and forth. I don't know. But he was dating a Instagram model, right? And he was spending a whole bunch of money on her, and she was bragging about it. Now, this was a guy who was basically on a rookie salary. He wasn't making a lot of money at all, right? I mean, he was making, six figures, but it wasn't like the 7-figure NBA money from what I could see. Now, I could be wrong, but he was dealing with her, and he was spending money on her. And then once he was no longer with the Hawks, that relationship fizzled. It fizzled. See, that's what happened. That and I'm not saying that could happen here because they've been together for a while. But any woman, your wife, girlfriend who gets online, whether she's doing it for TikTok or not, and brags about spending her husband's money, it's a red flag. I'm sorry. It's a red flag. It's a red flag to get on social media and say this stuff, because you're coming off as somebody who feels entitled to his money because you do the basic necessities of a wife. A wife is supposed to do all those things you named, right? That's what a wife is supposed to do. You don't get points for that, right? You don't. You should be, Juwan should be encouraging you to go out there and build up your own financial situation. And not saying that he shouldn't be taking care of you, but it's like whenever she wants something, she goes and grabs his money to go do it, right? That's how it comes across. I'm not saying that that's what their relationship, but that's how it comes across. It comes across as that. Let's see though. Let's go back to this article here. Now there was a video here where it talks about how, like, whenever everyone thinks she's using me for my NFL money, but I don't care because her videos pays all the bills. Of course it does, because he ain't making the money that y'all think he's making. Like, he's on the minimum salary. So they probably make close to what each other make. But once again, when you put stuff out there, people are going to perceive it to be a situation where she's living off of you. Because let's say, once again, people, let's say Juwan Johnson has a breakout year. He gets an extension where he's going to be upgraded. Y'all don't think she's going to be spending his money like water? The reason why he can put this video up is because he's on a minimum salary. He's on a minimum salary. So, of course, he's going to come back and say, well, you know, she's helping to pay the bills. That's because he's on minimum salary. He's not in the 7 figures. He's in the high 6 figures, but with taxes. And then, you know, you got an agent. That money's gonna be withered down, right? So of course it's more of them helping each other, but the way she made it seem is if she's spending his money, and it's like he's not really making a lot of money like that. Even though this net worth says $3 million, I don't know if he's making $3 million this season. Maybe he has a bonus. I don't know. Some bonuses that could equal that, but you know, he's a guy who's an undrafted free agent. He's an undrafted free agent. And again, I hope it works out. I don't want to see, you know, couples like this getting divorced. They've been together for a while. They've been together since college. You know, she was a gymnast. You know, but again, social media has destroyed so many relationships. How many relationships have I talked about being destroyed because of social media? Social media has destroyed so many relationships. Look at what's going on with Miles Bridges. This guy online flirting with women in comment sections. His wife is sending nudes to her IG story and you know what I'm saying? She thought she was sending it to a DM, but she sent it to IG story. And you see how that marriage fell apart. Young couple fell apart. Social media does more harm than good for a relationship. So when you put certain things out there, it could negatively affect that relationship. So let me think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all on the next one.